Alright guys, welcome back to Crawford Farms Entertainment. This is an interesting matchup. We have Krillin going up against the characters from My Little Pony. We did this a few months back and I wanted to try this with our new microphones. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Send us some comments. Let us know what other matchups you would like to see. And without further ado, let's get to it. The crowd cheered as Rainbow Dash and Krillin stepped onto the grand stage for the final battle of the martial arts tournament. The air was electric and everyone knew that they were about to witness something special. Both fighters had gone through a grueling gauntlet of highly skilled opponents to reach this point. The audience was thrilled to see such powerful contenders go head to head. Rainbow Dash and Krillin locked eyes and began to circle each other. Rainbow Dash was a proud and fierce Pegasus with a muscular build and confident attitude. Krillin, on the other hand, was a short but mighty warrior with an unbreakable determination in his eyes. "You think you can take me, little guy?" Rainbow Dash taunted. Krillin smirked. "Don't underestimate me. You may be fast, but I'm much more than just a mere human." As the bell rang, they both charged at each other with lightning speed. Rainbow Dash swooped down and went for a quick strike, but Krillin deftly dodged it and countered with an explosive energy blast from his palm. Rainbow Dash looked impressed but unfazed. "The first round goes to me, Rainbow Dash," Krillin declared. Rainbow Dash wasn't one to be deterred easily. She quickly got up and flew into the air, spinning and diving towards Krillin with incredible force. Krillin saw the attack coming and dodged once again, but not without difficulty. He knew he had to act fast. Without warning, Krillin unleashed a powerful solar flare, blinding Rainbow Dash and creating an opening for his devastating Kamehameha wave. Rainbow Dash could barely see what was coming, but by sheer luck she managed to dodge the attack. The fight continued relentlessly, both fighters pushing each other to their limits. Rainbow Dash used her incredible speed and agility to dodge and weave around Krillin's lightning-fast attacks, while Krillin relied on his superior strength and energy blast to wear down Rainbow Dash. But the crowd knew there was something special about to happen. The fans had been watching Rainbow Dash in awe throughout the tournament, and they knew she was capable of pulling off something absolutely incredible. Suddenly, Rainbow Dash began to gather an immense amount of energy. She flew higher and higher into the air, leaving behind a rainbow trail of light. She let out a tremendous roar, and the crowd knew that this was the sonic rain boom they had been waiting for. Krillin was taken aback by the sudden burst of energy. He tried to shield himself, but it was too late. The sonic rain boom hit him with full force, sending him flying into the air and crashing down in a cloud of dust. The crowd went wild, cheering for Rainbow Dash's incredible feat. But as the dust cleared, they saw something extraordinary. Krillin was not out yet. He managed to get up, bruised and battered, but still standing. "You may have taken me by surprise, but I'm not ready to give up just yet," Krillin declared, his voice filled with determination and spirit. The audience watched in amazement as Krillin unleashed another devastating Kamehameha wave towards Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash, who was caught off guard, made an effort to dodge the attack, but it was too late. Krillin's attack hit her with full force, and Rainbow Dash was sent flying as the crowd watched in horror. The referee declared Krillin the winner, and the crowd erupted in applause. Even Rainbow Dash, who was defeated, couldn't help but feel impressed by Krillin's strength and determination. "That was one fun match. I guess I'll have to train harder next time," Rainbow Dash said. Krillin smirked. "You're a strong fighter, Rainbow Dash. I've learned a lot from fighting you." The two competitors shook hands and left the stage as the audience cheered for both of them. It was a match that would be remembered for years to come, and a testament to the incredible skill and strength of both fighters. Meanwhile, Pinkie Pie sat in the crowd, angry, waiting for an opportunity to seek revenge on Krillin for defeating her friend Rainbow Dash. Solar flare, I don't care. Dragon Ball, make a wish. End it with a destructo dish. Man, holla at your boy. Krillin with a K. Villains I will slay. 18, that's my babe. Get the heck out my way. You can call me Master K. My little pony now, my little phony. Hit you with a destructo dish. Defeat the skillers to your homie. Rainbow Dash, now Rainbow Crash. Turn you upside down and shoot the key blast at you fast. Solar flare, I don't care. Dragon Ball, make a wish. End it with a destructo dish.
You really want the reject? Show your girl some some respect. You may not kiss the bride, thank God.
I say what I think you gonna say.
That you can fly. Reason made you cry. Did you even try? You better clear the room when I sonic rain boom. Look, little man, you don't stand a chance. In your little orange PJ pants. Spare the drama and run home to your mama.
Solar flare, I don't care. Dragon Ball, make a wish. Ended with a destructo dish. Of course, married a bird. Pooped out a rainbow. Thought it was cute, but it really ain't though. Put on some pants, cause cutie mark is kinda obscene if it's on your butt. It shouldn't be seen. Your whole team is really lame though. I'ma hit you with his key blast and let him taste the rainbow. Solar flare, I don't care. Dragon Ball, make a wish. End it with a destructo. Pinkie Pie stood helplessly aghast as she beheld her dear friend Rainbow Dash take the full brunt of a vicious key blast. The sight of her closest ally falling lifeless onto the ground, immobilized and helpless, was unbearable. As Pinkie Pie held her breath, overcome with apprehension and anxiety, all she could think about was the safety and well-being of her beloved friend. Please let her be okay, she silently prayed as she watched Rainbow Dash's limp body laying on the ground. As soon as signs of life surfaced within her friend, Pinkie Pie's attention shifted from concern to intense fury. A storm of anger surged within her, an overpowering force she had never experienced before. At that moment, she made a solemn vow to herself. She would avenge her friend and defeat the Z-Fighter Krillin, no matter what it takes. Weeks eventually passed, and Twilight Sparkle treaded into Equestria's biggest gym, slipping by a large burly pony who had been flung from the ring. Twilight searched the area until she found her friend Pinkie Pie breathing heavily and sporting a crazed look. Concerned and fearful, she begged her friend to take it easy, warning her that someone could eventually get hurt. But Pinkie Pie responded, "That's exactly what I want. I'm not gonna stop until I get revenge on that no good, no nose having Krillin for what he did to Rainbow Dash." Pinkie Pie, now brimming with confidence from her rigorous training, eagerly yearned to put her newfound skills to the test. Buzzing with anticipation, she learned about an upcoming tournament renowned for attracting formidable fighters. With nimble fingers, she swiftly powered up her computer, its soft glow casting an ethereal light on her face, illuminating her determined expression. As the screen flickered to life, Pinkie Pie's eyes danced with excitement, craving to discover the names of those who had thrown their hats into the ring. Her heart skipped a beat in anticipation, hoping beyond hope that her rival, the indomitable Z-Fighter Krillin, had chosen to join this prestigious gathering. She spotted familiar names like Mario, Luigi, Sonic, Bayonetta, and Wonder Woman, each one eliciting a mix of admiration and competitive fervor. But then, amidst the sea of renowned fighters, an unfamiliar name caught her attention. Yamcha. Her face turned to a look of confusion. Yamcha? Who the heck is Yamcha? Pinkie Pie continued her scrolling quest, growing increasingly exasperated with each passing second. As she delved deeper into the list, her frustration simmered beneath the surface, like a contained wildfire yearning to break free. The names Deku, Phineas, and Perry flashed before her eyes, teasing her hopes only to cruelly extinguish them. Her patience waned, her voice raised, and she couldn't help but exclaim in vexation, "Where in Equestria is Krillin?" Just as Pinkie Pie was on the brink of closing the digital gateway in defeat, a melodious ding reverberated through the room, piercing the heavy silence, and with a renewed sense of purpose, she realized it was an alert for a new entry. With a flash of triumph in her eyes, she discovered that her long-awaited nemesis, Krillin, also known by his moniker, Master K, had finally made his appearance. Without a moment's hesitation, Pinkie Pie swiftly completed the registration form and dutifully paid the required fee. In that triumphant moment, an electric charge rippled through Pinkie Pie's being, for she knew that this tournament marked the long-awaited opportunity to avenge the loss suffered by her dear friend Rainbow Dash. The long-awaited day had finally dawned for Pinkie Pie. Butterflies danced in her stomach as she prepared to unleash her abilities upon the tournament, knowing all too well that the road to the finals would be riddled with formidable opponents. Glancing at her bracket, she couldn't help but let out a defeated groan. Her path was stacked like a tower of pancakes on a Sunday brunch. Her first challenge awaited her in the preliminary round, a face-off against none other than Yamcha, the fighter hailed from the same dojo as the ominous Krillin, the very nemesis Pinkie Pie was eager to vanquish. It was said that the Kame House, where the fighters trained, possessed an air of mystique, but it quickly became apparent that their coach was anything but ordinary. A creepy old man with no front teeth, Master Roshi had taken on the responsibility of guiding these warriors. However, his interests seemed to lie less in martial arts and more in, well, let's just say his eyes often wandered when it came to eyeing the female fighters. As Pinkie Pie innocently glanced in his direction, curiosity etching across her face, Roshi couldn't resist calling out, "Hey little filly, come meet old Roshi." The absurdity of it all left Pinkie Pie feeling a mixture of disgust and hilarity, prompting her to turn her head and rapidly trot away from this uncomfortable encounter. Taking a deep breath and regaining her composure, Pinkie Pie reminded herself, one fight at a time. Determined to focus on the task at hand, she redirected her attention to unraveling the mysteries of the rest of her bracket. But just as she began to delve into her planning, a sudden eruption of voices called out her name alongside that of her first round opponent. It was time for her debut battle, and she couldn't help but feel her heart leap with a mixture of excitement and nerves. As Pinkie Pie approached the arena, the atmosphere crackled with electric anticipation. The vibrant colors of the battlefield swirling, dust particles sparkling like pixie dust in the sunlight, beckoned her forward. With each step, her muscles tensed, her mind sharpened, ready to showcase the results of her rigorous training and bring glory to her loyal friend, Rainbow Dash, armed with a spirit as unyielding as diamond armor and a determination as unwavering as a tidal wave. Pinkie Pie took her place, ready to engage in battle, a battle that would test not only her physical prowess, also her wit and strategizing skills. The arena fell into a hush, all eyes fixated on the imminent clash. The time had come for Pinkie Pie to prove that she was more than just a whimsical mare. She was a force to be reckoned with. With an air of determination, Pinkie Pie stepped onto the grand stage, her hooves hitting the sturdy floor like rhythmic thunder. The crowd erupted in a canopy of cheers and applause, their excitement filling the arena like a roaring tempest. Yamcha, having recently emerged victorious against the esteemed Super Mario, had become a sensation, casting a mesmerizing allure over the fighting community. On the ringside, seated gracefully, was his beloved fiancée, Princess Peach, her presence lending an air of regality to the event. Yamcha, now the darling of the spectators, was overwhelmingly favored to triumph. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, charged with the anticipation of witnessing an epic clash. Yet Pinkie Pie remained undaunted, refusing to be swayed by the pervasive bias of the crowd. She stood tall, emanating an indomitable spirit that transcended the dissenting murmurs. In this corner boomed the announcer's voice, crackling with excitement. We have Pinkie Pie, hailing from the enchanting lands of Equestria, making her awe-inspiring debut in this hallowed ring. Trained relentlessly at the esteemed Ponyville MMA Academy under the tutelage of the brilliant Twilight Sparkle, the spotlight shifted to the opposing corner, illuminating a figure emanating an aura of hometown pride. And in this corner, the announcer proclaimed, trained diligently at the revered Kame House, under the legendary Master Roshi's guidance, our beloved local hero, Yamcha. As the words settled in the air, attention akin to a coiled spring gripped the arena. The spectators held their breath, eagerly awaiting the clash of these two formidable warriors. The announcer's voice reverberated again, commanding the fighters to touch gloves, a symbolic gesture of sportsmanship before the battle. And now he declared, "Let's get ready to rumble." Without warning, Yamcha launched into action, a lightning-fast kick soaring through the air. But Pinkie Pie's agility was as swift as the wind, and with an acrobatic dive, she evaded his attack. In a seamless display of skill, she swiftly countered, delivering a powerful back kick that landed squarely on Yamcha's chest, propelling him backwards out of the ring. Gasps of astonishment rippled through the crowd, their collective awe almost tangible in the electrified atmosphere. Unleashing a wild grin, Pinkie Pie planted herself defiantly in the center of the ring, taunting her fallen opponent, her voice carried with a hint of madness, gleefully whispering, yeah, bring me that little bald-headed troll Krillin. And you, Master Roshi, you're just gross, man. The audience erupted once more, a mix of astonishment, excitement, and perhaps a hint of admiration for the unyielding spirit of the colorful newcomer who had defied all expectations. The battle was far from over, and Pinkie Pie had proven that she was a force to be reckoned with, casting a swirling aura of unpredictability over the grand stage. Round 1 was over. Next, she would face the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Meanwhile, Krillin was struggling on the other side of the bracket. He was locked in an intense battle with Bakugo. Bakugo, an up-and-coming star from a prestigious hero academy, was extremely talented, but fortunately for Krillin, was inexperienced. Krillin, realizing his ki blast may have an overly destructive effect on the arena and onlookers, had to rely on hand-to-hand combat. The young and volatile Bakugo did not seem to care about the collateral damage. He fired explosive sweat blasts with no regard for bystanders. Krillin dodged as much as he could, but was forced to absorb a full-force blast to protect a princess who was distracted by watching Yamcha, her beloved, get owned by a pink pony. The blast stunned Krillin, but angered him even more. He landed a blow to Bakugo's stomach that knocked him out, and Krillin was the winner and advanced to the next round.
Batman, the brooding Dark Knight himself, had hit a bit of a rough patch. This crime-fighting maestro had taken down formidable supervillains like Solomon Grundy, Bane, and Poison Ivy, but to his utter disbelief, he found himself getting pummeled by none other than an ordinary housewife. Yes, you read that right. A regular, everyday lady named Chi-Chi had managed to give Batman a run for his money. He scratched his cow-covered head and wondered, who is this mysterious Chi-Chi and how on earth did she fight so well? Deciding that he needed to up his game, Batman made a life-changing decision. He resolved to enter the World Martial Arts Tournament, a no-holds-barred extravaganza that reached across dimensions and multiverses. It was a wild competition filled with the most bizarre and ferocious fighters out there. The Cape Crusader sailed through his first round without breaking a sweat, easily defeating the star-spangled symbol of freedom himself, Captain America. With newfound confidence, he geared up to face his second opponent, none other than Pinkie Pie. Batman had discovered that Pinkie Pie had soundly defeated a warrior from the same universe as the she-beast Chi-Chi, the one who had given Batman a trouncing while he tried to protect Lois Lane. As the clock ticked closer to the showdown with Pinkie Pie, Batman considered the consequences of unmasking his love for Lois Lane. He could sense the smoldering embers of affection flickering back at him, but he knew that if he provoked the fury of her fiancé Superman, it could bring about doom for their entire planet. So he wiped thoughts of romance from his mind, focusing solely on the task at hand, a showdown with Pinkie Pie, the wonder from Equestria. Lois decided she would tag along and watch the competition. The Dark Knight and the Pink Pony squared up, ready to do battle. With a thunderous voice, the announcer bellowed, "Let's get ready to rumble." With that, the two warriors came out swinging. Batman, the master strategist, had scouted Pinkie Pie's earlier bout and knew about the strength of her hind legs. So he used his nearly superhuman speed and agility to stay in front of her, landing violent punches and kicks. Pinkie Pie could not keep up. Batman landed a vicious kick that knocked Pinkie Pie to the ground. She laid there for a moment, beaten and badly bruised. Confident that he had ended the match, he turned to see if he could spot his beloved Lois. As he turned his head, he heard a disturbing giggle. The arena fell into an eerie hush. All that could be heard was this maniacal giggle. Batman quickly turned around, and to his surprise, Pinkie Pie was no longer in sight. He looked to the left and to the right and could not find her. Suddenly, he heard Lois scream in the distance, "It's behind you!" Just as Batman turned around, he was smacked in the face with a whipped cream pie. Pinkie Pie surprisingly possessed the uncanny cartoon-like ability to pull objects out of thin air. She produced a pie out of nowhere and creamed the Dark Knight. As the Caped Crusader tried to clear his face, Pinkie Pie loaded herself into a cartoon cannon. Batman, finally able to see, realized he had made a grave miscalculation, but it was too late. Pinkie Pie launched herself at Batman, knocking him out of the ring and winning the bout. "For Equestria," she shouted as she was declared the victor.